bought a radiator by Mari for the OBS, some coolant, concentrated, an extra bucket to drain it. Also bought a brake pedal that is missing that we're gonna have to replace too. I need to go get some distilled water. Let's go. Gonna hop on the OBS and go to the backyard. Yeah, I don't think it twists off all the way. Or maybe. Yep, it does. Just gotta pull on it. Maybe it's going down not as fast because I didn't remove the cap, which is good for me. Now I can control everything that's falling down here. I'll make a big oily mess. Shit, I got some drips over there already. We'll get an extra bucket. Removing the cap and adding a third bucket because it was dripping some. And it's dripping a lot faster now that I removed the top cap after like 5 minutes. I think I'll be reusing this cap. It don't seem that bad, but if I have any problems, I'll just replace it. But the radiator looks brown as hell. They added that green coolant. I don't know if it's recommended to use that green coolant back in the day. I can't remember. But I might end up flushing it out and replacing it with this pressed on. I'll be mixing it with some distilled water. So it should be cool. The reservoir just drained out. I'm going to pull it out and try to clean it up as much as I can. That way I don't contaminate the new system. It ended up being a 13 millimeters, what it's taking. Let's get them out. Okay, both 13 millimeter bolts are out. To pull this and remove it, you're gonna have to pull up. Don't yank on it. You'll break a hook in the back. There it is. That's where it hooks up to. I came out with an idea. I got the hose that usually goes to the heater core from the back of the engine. And I made the hose go all the way down to the bucket. All right, shut it off. I only got 3 liters because that's what I ended up putting. Oh, se llena. A ver, préndela otra vez. Clean as I'm gonna get it. You're gonna see some kind of oily stuff floating around, but it'll be all right. That's pretty clean. I think that's decontaminated enough for me. I'm gonna go check on the tank after we install the radiator. Now we got a couple of 10 millimeter bolts. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 holes. 6, 7 in total. I ended up leaving the shroud on with 1 bolt. I had originally removed them all, but then I remembered that I was going to keep turning on and off the engine. But if I would have removed this, it would have been resting against the fan and it would have just blew it out. So just so you know, when you remove the bottom hose, it's still going to have some coolant in there, most of it. So have a bucket ready down there. Now that I know that all the water that came out through the bottom hose is clean, the one from the intake manifold is clean, the only place that I could think of that there's going to be some kind of old green stuff in it is going to be in this hose. But I figured out a trick where if you fill up the hose with water, it's eventually going to fill up enough to start getting all the old stuff out of there. I put it on the slowest setting. I just got the bucket down there, so when it fills up, it starts spilling out. The last time I filled it up with water, that's as clean as it's gonna get without having to replace the hose, which is fine for now. All the water is going down there. Bam. Now I'm ready to remove these two transmission lines on the left side. You want to make sure you cap them off. That way you don't contaminate your transmission and end up messing it up. So I'm gonna remove those with the adjustable wrench. I ended up using the 1/2-inch wrench instead of the adjustable wrench because that's the size that it took for both of them. The one down there I was only able to get out with the 1/2-inch, but on the top one I had to use pliers because the previous owner had stripped it out already. So, oh well, but I got them out already. I was ready to pull out the radiator. Be able to pull out the radiator out like nothing. Just pulling up. There you go. It's out. I'm gonna have to test fit this radiator. This is a little side comparison to see how much smaller the old one is. I think it's the same width, but it has the same holes necessary to make this truck work. I don't think these are gonna fit though. So if these don't work stock, I'm gonna have to make some custom fittings, or I think these might work with the stock lines, because this thread seems to be smaller, I mean bigger on the new one than on the old one. It doesn't screw on. This one has an O-ring, this one doesn't, but I'm pretty sure these smaller ones are for the transmission side. Let's just seal with that O-ring. Yep, that one goes there. I'm gonna have to check these, which I think they should be good. I'm gonna have to remove these caps to check them, but they were kind of a pain in the ass to get on. But I'm gonna test fit the radiator first to see if it even fits. Keep promising the fitting works, fits on the stock tap, and then I know that one goes in there. The radiator barely clears the battery, so the overflow hose could go in there, and the hose that goes into the intake manifold fits right on there. This I shouldn't have a problem tightening up. The bottom I shouldn't either, and if I do, I'll just reroute that hose a little bit or get a new hose. But I think we're good. Oh, the hardest thing is going to be to stretch this out. That's about it, and the bottom one as well. Other than that, it's just a simple install from what it's looking like so far. Takes up the whole space. I think it's just as big as my 2016. I'm gonna have to measure that later. The radiator on that one. We'll just power wash all this junk out here and try to get any debris that you can find by hand, because I find a lot of trash in here that I didn't need. I found a extension, extra wires, just it's all installed. It fit nicely, just barely, but good enough. I ended up switching this hose. Instead of facing, this was facing the pump before, now I faced it this way. These I was able to kink them to size. It's all buttoned up, ready, sturdy. Time to add coolant. There's the water flowing now, flowing through. still clear, so it hasn't mixed with the deck screw just yet. There it goes. Gotta bleed it out. Check for leaks. It's all done, no leaks from the transmission or coolant. The fittings are clean. I don't see no oil. I already touched them and I don't feel no oil. I've let it idle so far for like 15 minutes. The fan clutch hasn't even kicked in. It's just freely spinning. And it's like 115 today in Arizona. Look at the temperature, it just stays right there. Just idling. I bet if I had turned on the AC, it probably would have stayed in the same where it's at, because the fan clutch hasn't even kicked on. She's healthy. Good oil pressure. Yep. This is my project. I bought a little rubber replacement for that brake. I'm gonna do some other stuff to this OBS, like change out these mirrors that I don't like. I'm gonna put the small sport ones. That'll look nice. I'm not missing the valance in the bottom that I'm gonna replace as well. I'm not really a big fan of these top lights. I might change them out, and the corner lights, but I'm gonna be keeping this one right here. I like that one. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching.